like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11. 11 seasons, okay? Episode 1. And first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a J Bird, okay? Hey, J Birds. Do not forget, I do have merchandise, and as you can see, right below this video, you can see the merchandise. You can shop my Teespring website. So please look at the look below the video. You will see the mug. You can see the shirt. You can see the items. So shop. Thank you. And do not forget to like, comment, and share all the good stuff that we like for y'all to do in these YouTube streets. So episode 1. I mean, it was good because it was like a reintroduction or whatever, but it was a little boring. Like, I was like, okay, like, I don't know. We start the episode off and we see that Porsha is getting this whole new boyfriend ready to be around these cameras and just around people. They are riding around in the car and they real giddy. Okay, because I guess this is his first time being in the car riding with cameras. And so we now know that boyfriend is currently her fiance and baby daddy. But whatever. So Dennis owns a few lounges in Atlanta. He also owns like a hot dog something that is in Atlanta. And I love a good hot dog. I love a good, all beef hot dog or whatever. Absolutely delicious. So he owns like a hot dog company as well, because he's like, I sold, 2,000 hot dogs this week. And I was like, well, I mean, that's a lot. Well, I mean, how much do they cost? Like, are they like $1 a piece or fat? I don't know. But I mean, he like, ain't no budget or whatever, and they were going shopping. So I mean, I know we hear rumors about him later on this season, but I mean, Porsha seems happy, he seems happy, so who knows. And now they're currently happy. So she brings up how they have been dating. At that point in time, they have been dating for 5 months. She brings up how she was introduced to him through a mutual friend who said, I want you to meet this club owner guy. And she went and met him at his club, well, one of his clubs. And she brings up how they met that night and they kind of just, been together ever since. And I'm like, so basically, y'all been shacking up for 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Either shacking up at your place or shacking up at his place. Who knows? She brings up how they both said, I love you when they first met. And I'm like, I mean, like, look. Do I believe in love at first sight? No. I believe in lust at first sight, because you lust for that person. I don't think you can see someone like, you know what, I love them. I don't. Because you don't, they could be you don't know them enough to love them. Like, I just don't believe it. But to each their own. So they were out ring shopping, dating for 5 months, and they are ring shopping. I almost feel like, was Porsha pregnant and that's why they were doing it? I don't know. But if he like it, I love it. So she took him to the jewelry shop where she actually got her first ring from when she was married to Cordell. She's like, it's a whole new man, so I can still go to the same jeweler because it's a great jeweler. Girl, if you say so. So she had walked away or whatever, and then the jeweler asked him, like, when do you plan to propose? He said, well, soon. And so the jeweler ended up giving him the card to contact them to make the ring. And I'm like, not that I smell a storyline, but I smell a storyline. And it ain't that it's fake. I hope it works out. Okay, they got a whole beautiful baby on the way. They're wholeheartedly engaged. I just don't want it to be like he see how happy she is and how enthralled she is into the whole situation, and he just playing it to, be on TV. I don't know. Is it Todd? Is it Todd? It's a whole scheme. It's a whole new Todd. Anyway, who knows? So Nene, Nene and Gregg are going through something completely serious. You know what I'm saying? We see Nene going upstairs or whatever. Gregg is like, on the bed, sitting there, whatever, his little pajamas, and it's like a whole bowl full of prescription medication. And I'm like, that's a lot of prescription medication. And so, she's helping him, sort through which medications he had to take for the day. So they bring up how he had them heart issues last time. Okay, he had the heart issues, those got situated, and now he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, and about a month ago at that point in time. And so, she brings up how they basically took some of his colon to get rid of the cancer, and that was the surgery that was why he was in the hospital before. Because on social media, they never said what kind of cancer he had. They never said the reasons he was in it and out of the hospital. So this is like the first time it's all coming out that Gregg has been diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And so, we can clearly see that Nene is affected. She's shaken up by it. I think because no one wants to be told their husband is dying. It's not easy to be told your spouse has some kind of ailment that they're going to, they're slowly dying from, or to abruptly lose a spouse. Like it's hard either way. So, but you can just see a difference in Nene. How, I just felt, and she was on Watch What Happens last night, and she kind of even wouldn't talk about it because you could tell that she was just kind of get emotional. But she brings up, being a caregiver basically for your husband who has colon cancer is very hard. My whole life changed the moment they told us he has stage 4 colon cancer. So, I mean, it's just, we have to send our prayers and love and good spirits and good wishes and well wishes to Nene and Gregg and the whole family, because, that's a whole this is a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We do see that Gregg is in good spirits though. He's still walking around or whatever. He still got jokes and jokes and jokes. He brought up they took a lot of my colon, but I have, it was replaced with, a lot of love and heart within myself. And then she's like, Gregg, don't say that. He like, what they did, that was my colon. And so it's a thing to where not that she does not accept it, but I do feel like he is more forthright and honest about the severity of it, where she's like, well, Gregg, don't say that. They took all of it. He like, well, they damn it. No, they did. They took a whole bunch. Like, it's that weirdness, what I'm saying, of her having to just deal with that, and in her confession, she brings up how, on the surface, I'm being strong for my husband, for my kids, but I have these moments when I'm by myself in my closet, in my car, hell, probably in the shower, where I just, I have these crying fits. I'm like, my girl, you ain't tell me about it. I understand. But she's like, I'm just, here trying to take care of my family. So, Gregg brings up how for him, because they go downstairs, so they had friends of his and people to come there and pray for him and again wish him well wishes. We seen them. Brent was there too. When he sits down and talks to them all and says how, when they went to the hospital and they told him, one, you have stage 3 colon cancer, and then 2, you have to have immediate emergency surgery, or you're gonna die. He said, for me, I felt like, okay, if it's my time to go, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not scared to die. He said, I then sat down and wrote a note and told the doctor to give it to my wife if I didn't make it. Because he didn't know, but he wanted to say things to her that he didn't know he had to say at that point in time. And he got very, very eager, started crying at whatever he wrote to her. Now, we don't know if she got the note. Okay, I guess he may have, they probably maybe didn't give it to her because he made it through. But he said he just didn't know how he had the will to fight cancer, but now he's gonna beat cancer's ass. Okay. But he said, he just thought like if it's my time to go, just take care of my family. But luckily that didn't happen or whatever. And then, of course, they prayed for him and he thanked Nene for being strong. It was just so, it made me cry. I was so sad, because it's cancer has no name, no face, no age, no height, no nothing. It just does not discriminate against whoever, and it's just such a serious situation. And I'm trying to think if this is the most serious situation we've seen play through on the franchise. I can't remember. I know one person's husband killed himself, but that wasn't. They didn't go. You know, it was that was different. It's sort. I can't remember if anyone else's spouse has been diagnosed with cancer. This. I don't know. I think this is the first time this has happened. So it's a weird thing to where it's so serious. You can't like. I can't joke. So we just want to pray for them and everything. Oh, Lord Jesus. Kandi. Kandi is in LA because what is Kandi doing? She's on tour. Kandi is working, okay? Kandi is always working. And she's in LA with Xscape because they're, of course, on tour. And we seen one scene of her, like, with the microphones, whatever, but we see another scene with her, Tasha, and Tamika, not Tiny, with Tamika, are on their way wherever on the little tour, but Tamika wasn't there. And they're getting an award from the ASCAP people. I don't know who that is, but it's somehow huge honor, some prestigious award. And there are honor. Kandi brings up how for her it's kind of weird or kind of funny how they are more famous now, or more, they have more fans than they had when they were younger. And I agree they do, but I think it's because their music is classic. And along with all their fans who are our age and their age or whatever, in their 30s and 40s, you have a whole new group who know Kandi from the show and who know Tiny from her show. I mean, they may not know Latasha and Tamika, but you know what I'm saying? And the music is still great. So I think that's the reason why they are even, great now as they were before. So, we do later see them go to dinner. Kandi did. She flew in Todd and Riley and the baby Ace. And then the stepdaughter Kayla. And they're basically at dinner, whatever. And, they kind of bring up, Kandi and Todd bring up how they were thinking about having more children because they have two embryos in the freezer. And she's like, I just don't want to like leave them in the freezer. So like, what do y'all think about that? Honey and Riley, Lord Jesus, baby. She was like, well, I don't think y'all should have more kids. And then she's like, well, you used to always want a baby sister. And she's like, well, I thought that until I saw how y'all, treat children. I'm just like, what the hell? Are they beating Ace? Like, is the cry for help? Like, what's going on? And she kind of brings up how, what I'm saying, y'all just work too much to have children. I'm saying, you're never around. I'm saying, and even though she said it like to adult life for me, because Riley's 15 and Kayla's 22. So Riley's at that age where I feel like she doesn't understand life, okay? And so for her, she's like, I'm saying, y'all is always gone or whatever. And, Todd, like, well, to afford the lifestyle that, I'm saying, we live, we have to work. And I completely wholeheartedly agree. Riley, like, well, money isn't everything. I'm like, that's things that rich kids say because they don't realize if you didn't have money, how much your life would change. And I feel for both Kandi and for Riley. I feel like, because Riley said, well, like, when I was younger, you was always around. Like, I felt like you were never gone when I was younger. And now you're always gone and I miss you. So I feel for her being a teenager. And she probably just wants her mom around for, for just teenager reasons. At the same time, I feel for Kandi because I think it's unfair of Riley to make Kandi feel as if she's a bad mom. Saying, like, you're never around or whatever. Kandi has to work. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Like, I think people forget that parents have to work. Sometimes if your parents have enough money, they have the luxury of not having to work. But I mean, Kandi, I mean, she rich. She's rich. But I think she's also a bit of a workaholic a little bit. Does she have to do so much on her own? No. But I think Kandi cheap. And she's like, I'm going to do what I can do to save as much money, to make as much money. For that, so I think that makes common sense. But I do feel like Riley doesn't get it because she's 15. And at 15, you think, well, money isn't everything. But you say that not knowing I had to fly you here and that costs money. You say that and you don't realize that Range Rover truck you got, I had to pay for it. You say that, you don't realize we have to pay to live. Like, if I don't work, we don't pay no bills. And, I mean, Todd can't make all the money because, let's be honest, even though he works in production, he not, what I'm saying, he ain't Kandi Burruss. He her husband. So, yeah. But I'm like, I mean, your mom can't just stop working just because you want to be home. Because, again, when you do that, then no one pays any bills. But I do feel like Kandi can kind of figure out a way to balance both. You know what I'm saying? I think that what it was. I don't know what it was. But I feel bad for them both because they both feel two different ways. I think Kenny's a good mom. Every time I see her, she is with her kids one way or the other. And I'm like, when I was 15, I mean, my mom worked too. She was home. She wasn't traveling a lot, whatever. But I get why Riley feels that way. But also, Riley, shut the fuck up. Let your mama work. Cynthia. Cynthia out here, you know what I'm saying, on FaceTime with her little boyfriend, Mike Hill, fixing her hair, making a little glass of wine with some strawberries. I've never put grapes. She had grapes. I've never put fruit in my wine. I might start doing that because it was real fancy. Anyway, so she's talking to Mike Hill, who was a sports like newscaster guy. She met him on the Steve Harvey show when he had a little matchmaking thing. And it's the dude she met on there. So I'm looking like, well, I guess it works. And they had been dating for a couple of months. And so she's just like, you know what I'm saying, dating this guy. And he lives in LA, of course. She lives in Atlanta. They've been dating for about 3 months. And she like, he has swam in Lake Bailey several times, meaning they had sex already. And you can kind of tell it when on the phone talking because they have this sexual tension or connection as they're talking. But again, it's a long distance relationship because again, he lives in LA and he likes living in LA, and she lives in Atlanta. Now, recently there was like rumors that they broke up. I know Alex talked about it in his live that I didn't watch all of it yet because when I watched it, he was talking and I heard it passed. I need to go back and listen to it. But yeah, so supposedly they broken up simply because they are long distance, but I don't know. Because just the other day, they were posting each other on each other's pages. So, but people break up every day. Anyway, now she brings up how Noelle has met him because Noelle come walk her grown ass in and sit down all her mama conversation. She kind of grabbed the phone, hey, Michael, and I'm like, bitch, girl, get your little ass out my way. That's not nice. I call her a bitch, but what I'm saying, she brings up how Noelle came home early at one point. She wasn't supposed to be back that particular day, but she came back and Mike was there, and there was a surprise meeting. And she said it was very, very awkward, meaning he and her was doing it. And Noelle walked in. And she may not have saw them having sex, but she probably heard some things going on upstairs. And I'm like, well, hopefully she was Cynthia wasn't out there naked on Lake Bailey. Anyway, I feel like Noelle came in being extra because she was all on the mama, like sitting next to her. I do the same thing. But it's different because if my mama had a boyfriend, when I was married to my father passed away, I do feel like if my mama was dating somebody and I walked in and they were on the phone, I would walk away to let them talk because I wouldn't want to hear whatever they talking about. So Noelle, who sat there the whole time, I'm like, girl, get up and go. And so when Cynthia and Mike was like talking or whatever, and she said something like, oh, you like to be, you are like, it's something about being controlling or in control. And he said, yeah, I like to be in control. Do you now? Yeah, I like to. And she's like, I'm right here. She's like, well, girl, go in the other room. And when Noelle said, no, I'm still right here. No, go to your goddamn room, Noelle. Like, your mama trying to get her groove back. Let her fuck her. Let her have phone sex with her boyfriend. Okay, let her do that. Girl, go on somewhere. Go to your room now. Go do some stuff. Eva and her fiance Michael. They are out taking family photos because Eva has now had the baby, who is Michael Jr. And I can say from this scene, he seems funny. He doesn't seem weirdly stuck up, or he doesn't seem quietly like he's gonna be like a weird person. He kind of fits because you have to have a husband who was not scared to like crack a joke here and say things or whatever. And he wasn't the one just kind of sitting in the background not saying nothing. So I like when the photographer asked her like, and she had been modeling, since she had the baby. And then he said, well, I had, like, he jokingly answered, like, well, I've been modeling or whatever. I thought that was funny and that was cute. So again, she has not been modeling at all since she had the baby. So this is like her first photo shoot. It's the family photo shoot. So, what I'm saying? She brings up how Michael came to her in her daughter's life when her daughter was 1. She says how he is the only father she's known. Look, we all know Eva has had a whole big, tumultuous thing with her and Marley's dad, Kevin McCall. And I'm like, I wonder if you're gonna be on IG or on somebody's social media, going off on her about saying that. But however, I do also feel like if he is not active in that girl's life, and he never has been, then it makes sense what she said. But I mean, when she said it, I was like, oh, damn. But we know who her daddy is. Like, it's different when someone comes out and you have no idea who they are, who the kid's father is, and you assume, okay, the man ain't that, like, he gone or whatever reason. But I'm looking like y'all had a whole big, like, it was a whole thing with him saying how he wants to be in her life. And, Eva kind of said, I don't know. I don't know. She said it, not me. She said that her fiance, who was not her husband, they got married, how Michael is the only dad that her daughters know. But we know Kevin McCall is. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, girl, bye. So we also see how Marley kind of calls him daddy or dad or whatever, because Eva said to Marley, do you want to sit in daddy's lap? And then she was like, no. And then when he then said, okay, don't sit on my lap, Marley, don't sit on my lap, then she wanted to, whole little reverse psychology. So I'm like, she calls him daddy. I mean, if he's the father figure, it's only right. I'm just like, ooh, I just feel like Kevin gonna be on Instagram going off. Anyway, so we do look cute photos or whatever, then she do her own little solo pictures, and then she brings up like her and Cynthia, since her and Cynthia are both models, and she says like, well, the difference between my modeling style and Cynthia's is about 20 years, and I'm like, first of all, that was shade, okay, and don't get it twisted, Eva. Cynthia can model your ass down. Okay, when Cynthia is in her, because they then show Cynthia when it was on that trip last season, and she was like drunkenly telling Sheree how to sit, and Cynthia did look dumb. But I'm like, she was also drunk, so okay. But I'm like, Cynthia in her element ain't that we play. We've seen Cynthia in her element, honey, and she can model. And Eva, girl, kind of fucked down. And so that was whatever. But she did look great modeling. I mean, but she's a model. Porsha. We see Porsha go to see Nene at her boutique swag. But that's Nene's clothing store. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they both have assistants. I can't wait to get to a point where I have an assistant. Like, I need an assistant now. Truly, I truly do. But I can't afford to pay one. Like, well, I can afford to pay one. I just don't want to. Anyway, but yeah, when I get more fancy, I'm gonna have a whole assistant. I'm gonna have a whole assistant who gonna be doing like meetings and endorsements and sponsorships and affiliate stuff. Like, I just, so much stuff to do. Anyway, she went to see Nene to kind of just see her in person, be a good friend and kind of check up on Nene's whole thing with Gregg. And that was really, really great. Nene, of course, say, she's doing okay considering everything and whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? We just kind of see them how, because we know how last season that the door is closed. Well, the door is open now. Her and Porsha have kind of made up their chummy chum 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 chum. And it was funny. It was, and I want this season to not be that weird ass, oh, no one gets along. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that. Like, I want this season to be everyone getting along. That will be absolutely positively wonderful. They can all just get along. Okay, just do that. So, but again, I like how Porsha went to just check up on Nene. Okay, just do that whole thing. And then we even see her putting on like a little outfit that Nene suggested. A whole hoochie mama outfit. And she walking around, twerking, you know what I'm saying, and making Nene laugh. And I like how she said, I'll do whatever I have to do to help Nene laugh and help her get her mind off of all the other crazy things that's going on. And I'm like, that's amazing. You want people to honestly come and make you feel better. Now, the outfit she had on was horrible. Okay, it was absolutely horrible. But whatever. So we do see a little bit later how Porsha, her sister, and her assistant plan to surprise Nene in Miami. Now, Nene has a show, like a comedy show, whatever, in Miami. And so they want to show her some love and support. So she comes up with the idea she invites all the ladies to Miami to come down and surprise Nene in Miami. And I'm like, Porsha be making some, like, that was really, really good to do that. You know what I'm saying? So she called, Cynthia and Eva. She's calling it person by person. She sent Marlo a text or whatever. And then she had to call Kandi. Honey, first of all, when a person was you don't call Nene, call Kandi, the lights flickered. And I was like, did it really happen or did they piece that together? I'm not sure. But, she called Kandi because, again, her and Kandi are not friends. I do know that Kandi said that she's like over the whole thing, but they're still not friends. They just have an understanding that they have to, cohabitate or coexist. So when she called like, hey, Kandi, and Ken's like, hey, Porsha. It was so Kandi. Like, I felt like Kandi thought, like, why is she calling me? Like, and not in a bad way, but like, we cool, but like, why you calling me? Like, it was weird. And not weird. I think it's weird. Like, text me. Like, what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyway, she brings up the whole, we want to support Nene's. We want to do this. We want to go down to Miami or whatever. If you can make it. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. That's great. Anything we can do to support her, I think that's great. She then said, well, who's going? Porsche said, well, oh, we know nobody else can make it, so it'll be just me and you. We can fly down together. And then Kandi got real quiet. She's like, oh, I'm just joking. Ha, 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 ha. It was cute, though. It was cute. Kandi laughed. And I feel like it was a breaking of the ice. So I thought that was great. I still think there's, I won't say bad blood between them like now in real time, but I still don't think they friends. I think they can coexist. I think they can both be at the same events. I think they can even pose in pictures together when people in between them. And I think that's what's gonna be. So now we get, they all going. They're all going down there. We do see, Xscape get the whole ass cap award or whatever. Kandi was excited. Everyone was excited. JD gave them the award. You know what I'm saying? We see that she also brought Ace, who was a bit cranky because he's a baby. And at first, I was like, why would you bring a baby? And I thought to myself, wait a minute, man, Blue Ivy has been in every award show aside Cali be at every award show. You know what I'm saying? People sometimes bring their kids to help them celebrate whatever they're celebrating. Something like it wasn't a big deal, but she need to get a nanny. Like Don Juan, no. Like I feel like if you're gonna be gone that much, like get a trusted nanny. Like it can't always be tied and it can't always be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it'll be better if you have a trusted person, so that way if you, have them with you, it's a trusted person with that baby. I'm like, Don Juan just don't. I ain't want like that. Anyway, we do see Porsha, and then it's going to Miami. She had on a badass all white outfit. Porsha body banging, like you know what I'm saying. No, she has a great body. She had like red hair that was great too. You know what I'm saying. Even when she opened the door, he was like, damn, like he was happy that was his lady. So they get to Miami and she keeps bringing up about them, I'm in all white because I'm, feeling like bridal or whatever. We can get engaged. Like she kept hinting at us getting engaged, us getting engaged, us getting engaged because she said she felt like he would propose to her because it was her birthday weekend and it was a whole special trip to Miami. I'm like, sometimes you have to just not be expecting it that hard after knowing that man for 5 months. I mean, like, because you don't want to depress yourself. So, girl, just leave it alone. So, but he kept like, well, you never know. You never know. You never know. But I'm like, I wouldn't want to keep badgering somebody like it. Because then if he don't do it, you sound dumb. And it can be a thing where you can feel like, why she keep talking? I wish she stop talking about it. So it's like, this girl leave alone. So they driving around or whatever, and she brings up how she invited the other ladies to Miami because he kept asking, like, why don't you bring a suitcase for each day that we here? Like, why you need that much stuff? And she's like, well, I just had to be sure that I had something to wear in case of any situation. She then says, oh yeah, because also I am going to have the ladies are coming down here because we're going to support Nene, and all the girls are going to come down here. We're going to go to her show, and we're going to all surprise her by being in the front row. Again, it's a great idea. So then she's like, but it's also people here who I don't have the best relationship with. She's like, I know Marlo and Kandi. And so she's like, well, do you know Marlo? He's like, well, no. And then he like looking away. Do you know Kandi? He's like, well, yeah. And he looked away. Oh, really? From where? Oh, well, I don't know. Just from around. And he did seem standoffish about the whole thing. Like, I feel like if someone said, do you know someone? How you know them? Oh, high school. work. Oh, so and so dated so and you know how you know someone. Like there's no one I really know that I don't know how I know them. Even if I know them, oh I know them because they friends with. I know how I know somebody. And he was like, oh I don't know, I can't remember. So I said, it's a funny business. Anyway, he then said, well, I also be going to her restaurant all the time, OLG, because I live near there. And she said, well, you ain't been there since we've been dating. And he like, well, yeah, but I've been getting other places up, like my other restaurants, whatever, in order. But again, it's some to that. We just don't know what it is yet. So they get to the room, and he has like a whole personal chef, flowers, champagne. It looked really romantic, okay? It looked real romantic. And then she like, oh my God, it's beautiful. She gets so geeked. She go, oh, let me go to the bathroom real quick. She go in the bathroom and call her sister. Oh my God, girl, he got a chef here. He got candles. He got flowers. I think he gonna propose. I'm like, girl, he a whole, he ain't got no kids. He ain't got no ex-wives. You know what I'm saying? I grabbed him up. I can't believe girl, Porsha. It's teen too much too soon. But again, they engaged now. They having a baby. So, I mean, they was having, unprotected sex, raw sex typically, knocks people up. But we do know, well, no, because he proposed after she announced she was pregnant. I want to tell that because I'm like on here, because I kept saying like, is she pregnant in these already? I was wondering, but we know because with the pictures that we've seen of him proposing, she's pregnant. So I'm looking like he not gonna propose in this thing or whatever. But her sister's like, you know what? Just enjoy your black man. I'm like, girl, please enjoy that little man. And so when she gets back into the room or whatever, he like, okay, well, see, I got a whole surprise for you. Do you? Oh my God. Okay. And he walks away. She like fixing her clothes. She think he gonna propose, and then the show goes off. I mean, I think the surprise is gonna be like this jewelry, because again, we've seen the outfit she was in when he proposed, and that ain't the outfit. So I mean, it is what it is. Unless he proposed then and then proposed a second time on camera, but who knows? Anyway, put your comments below to let me know how you like the episode or this review. Again, this episode, I mean, it was what it was, but we shall see. But I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.